Today I decided to feature the story about this former California pre-K teacher who probably wishes that his Valentine for today would have been one of his former students. He became famous because he goes to social media to tell you guys that childhood innocence does not exist, referred to it as a mythology, and claims that toddlers are not too young for sexual discussion. This is the lie that pedophiles like to tell you, especially someone that looks like him. We don't need that indoctrination for the 3 years old, where 3-year-olds are accepting by default. You don't need to teach them about inclusion. So the only reason for you to teach them about sexuality is because if you want to sexualize them yourself. I hope this person is being looked at by authorities. I hope they're checking on his hard drive, and I hope that he will never get close to any children for the rest of his life.
Yes, we don't need this for children. This just reminded me of Chelsea saying she hates children.
One thing that I have made abundantly clear is that I do not want children. I say it on stage. I say it in interviews. It's the first thing I say to myself in the mirror when I wake up each morning, right before I tell myself, God, you're a dynamic woman.
Yes, welcome back. Chelsea wants you to know that she is extremely happy being childless at 47. Totally sad. She said it clear that she hates children. Then I wonder who exactly is actually laughing behind. Comedy is dead. Like seriously, I was shocked, when I saw this clip.
You don't. Okay, you don't own periods. You don't own womanhood.
So I'm just going to say this, and I'm just going to say this one time. I'm not going to say it anymore after this. If we're ever in a public place and you see this face and you call me any kind of sis, any goddamn thing, I don't care what color you is, blue, purple, black, white, green, whatever the hell you are or whatever the hell you think you are, if you refer to me as a cis woman, I'm going to tell every goddamn body in the room you a whole man. And if you call the police, I'm going to tell the police, well, she called me a man, so I call her man back. I'm going to act like I don't know what the hell you talking about. So call me a cis woman if you want to. If you see this face anywhere, but I'm going to tell you like this. If you call me that in a public place, I'm going to let everyone in there know you is a whole man.
Across this article published by Daily Mail, outrage over trans women accepting Tampon's endorsement in move that is insulting to biological females. You will never experience having a period. Recently, an Australian transgender reality star has blasted trans women for accepting endorsement deals from tampon brands. Jolene Dawson, who has appeared on Trial by Kelly, said it was misogynistic and insulting to biological females for women who were born male and therefore will never have a period to promote menstrual product. This is something we have talked about on this channel. I don't want to talk much. Let me play this video so you can see exactly what I'm talking about.
I promise this is the last video that I'm making about like this kind of thing. But seeing trans women accept sponsorships for menstrual products is insulting to two groups of people, biological women and trans men. And it just, to me, it shows the naivety of a lot of these people in that these corporations, they don't care about you, they don't care about me, they don't care about anyone. They just know that their products, there's been a push for their products to be more inclusive of trans people. They clearly haven't taken the time to figure out which trans people they should be gearing towards, which would be trans men who can still menstruate. And for a trans woman to accept a sponsorship for that kind of product, it's not a gimmick. You know, most of the women in my life really struggle with their periods, whether it's because they have endometriosis or PCOS, or even just sometimes the shame of having to ask for these products from someone if you've like forgotten them or what have you. Growing up, having your first period, these are all things that myself and no other trans woman can or will ever experience. What business is it for you to take that money and promote a product that is going to insult people? You know, I had a brand reach out to me a few years ago about free bleed underwear. And immediately I knew what they were trying to do. They're trying to capitalize on the queer community, on the trans community. And it was no laughing amount of money. And I just politely said, I think you've got the wrong demographic. Here are some trans men that are creators that you might be more interested in working with because they are more likely to benefit from your products. I'm not going to take that check. It would be an insult to the people around me that suffer with struggling with their periods and how it affects them. And it would be an insult to the trans men that are continuously forgotten by the media, by society, again, because of misogyny, because they were women to begin with. And so we just forget them. Stop doing this weird stuff. Just be a decent person.
At a certain point, I'm glad that trans men are coming out to debunk all what they are doing. This is a transgender coming out to debunk all what they have been saying. I experienced period. I use tampons. It is a trend that is going on, and some are using these to make a lot of money.
It went viral on Twitter for the wrong reason. Shocking! Famous transsexual TikToker with 1.5 million followers says they regret gender reaffirming surgery. I never said that. I said that I regretted the type of surgery that I have done and I wish I did more research. I'm finding fame and riches from modeling and lingerie. The model said it wasn't really worth it and the complication make it difficult to live with. If I could go back in time, I would do that again because my dysphoria was so intense that I had no choice of getting the surgery. But I would get a different type of surgery. There's different types of surgeries, you guys. I do not regret cutting off my little caterpillar. All of the
Now brands like tampons, they have been using trans women because they believe that some of them are using it. And they are making a lot of money out of this. So you understand that some of these brands are actually the problem. Like seriously, just imagine a trans woman walking up to you, a biological female, selling tampons or talking about tampons to you. How will you even feel? It is insulting. Like seriously. We saw the case of Dylan, but it has become a trend that a lot of trans men are doing this on TikTok like never before. One said is making a lot of money through these brands. And it has encouraged a lot of young people, to take up decisions they want to be trans because they believe that it is easy to make it in life through these means. But to me, this should not be happening. If brands are encouraging this, then women should boycott some of these brands because if they are standing up to devalue biological females, then at a certain point, I don't see this to be real.